Hi everyone, it's Kimberly. Welcome back to the Lumen Guru. And I wanted to post a video, I feel guided to post a video about twin flame labels. And how do we detach from the label? Okay, so let's first talk about what I see with my clients and what I've seen in working with twin flames over the past several years. Inevitably, I think everyone to some degree starts out the journey with some level of attachment. That is our programming. That is our fear. That is our wounding. We're wanting to control the other person. We're wanting to know what the outcome is going to be. Raise your hand if when you started this journey, you watched videos and readings about the outcome of union. Yep, me too. But the thing about it is that, and I've talked about this before, when I set out on my journey, I moved away from that very quickly because I went all the way into my healing and I went all the way into my self-exploration, self-discovery, and it was just hours and hours of learning and soaking up information and taking classes and then getting on mission. That just unfolded like really quickly. But that unfolded quickly for me because I let go of the label and the attachment. And I know it's a really hard thing to do. And I'm not trying to diminish that because these are gripping connections. They grip you, but they're gripping you because there is energy that you're aligning with your twin flame that needs to be brought back unto yourself. So, for example, when we adhere hard to the label, like when we stick hard to the label, there's all sorts of things, associations that come with that label. And in many contexts, it's the notion of that this is my life, partner, that's what a twin flame is, that this is my romantic partner. That's what a twin flame is. And there's this feeling of, if this doesn't work out, then just the rug being pulled out, right? But the journey itself and the reason why you are a twin flame and why you're meeting your twin flame or reuniting with your twin flame at this time or doing separation with your twin flame at this time is so that you can ascend. And your ascension is based on your alignment with yourself. So for as long as you're looking at the other person, waiting for them to change and wanting them to change, or looking and just attaching to the outcome, just wanting to pull that outcome near, feeling frustrated with the journey, all of those things just slow the journey down. They slow your ascension down in essence. So how can you let go of the label and go all the way into yourself? This is partly the concept of surrender. But surrender is it's not letting go of the other person. That's where I think people are like, oh, I don't want to let go, and it's not letting go of the other person. It's allowing things to unfold. It's letting go of the outcome. It's letting go of the attachments. It's letting go of the things that you're trying to reel yourself into, or that you're stuck to, like you're adhering to. Letting go of those things is necessary so that the whole journey can unfold, so that you can hear your higher calling and get onto your mission and do what you need to align with yourself. And all of the mirroring that's done in the twin flame mirror is for you to, it's kind of like, if you were taking a class, and remember in high school, I don't know if you guys all had science class where you had one in science class, you would do chemistry, and then you'd have a lab, right? You'd have a lab where you would experiment, and then you would have homework on that, or you'd have written work, right? Well, think of the twin flame mirror as that experimentation. Okay, you're learning, you're seeing the triggers, you're observing yourself, you're seeing the other person, you're seeing yourself in the other person. And let's just say that we all have the responsibility for the homework, right? And if you're just doing the triggering and then you're frustrated with separation and you're not going all the way into that self-work, then it's going to be a longer process for you. Also, I see twins, and I hear twins all the time who come for readings, and they want to know, is this my twin flame or not, or if they want to know if they're going to come into union. And I don't read that way. I don't want to read that way. I can read your lines of energy, but it's up to you if you come into union. But you have to realize that the number one piece of this that's going to pull you into union is coming into union with yourself. So the very act of asking if you're going to come into union with someone else is shows me that you're aligned with them, not yourself. You see? And so if you're doing this, or if you've been in a cycle or loop of doing this, or maybe you're doing this and you know it and you're just absolutely frustrated and just want to break free of it, try to let go of the frustration and really ask yourself, like, what is it? What is the fear there? So for most twin flames, it's the abandonment wound, right? And that's the same, not just like surrendering your twin flame and just allowing things to unfold, but also surrendering the label. Some of you, let's go back to that about surrendering your twin flame in a minute, and let's talk about how you do that and where that's rooted, that attachment. Let's talk about the label, because that's how I started this video. The label, many of you crutch onto the label because it validates the journey in some way. Think about that. Do you think that the journey of self-healing, exploration, your epiphanies, the work you're doing on yourself, do you think that's invalidated if this wasn't a twin flame? If this was a catalyst, or whatever you want to refer to it as, do you think that if you just opened up the possibility for this to be any type of a connection that is sparking your growth, that you would go further into your growth rather than hang on to the label? The label connotates, and we see it a lot out there in the videos and the misinformation, but it connotates like twin flame and then like romantic union. But that's not necessarily what all twins have contracted. And I do believe that union is possible for those who have contracted it and those who do desire it. But the thing about it is that you won't know that what that contract is until you come into full alignment with yourself. You won't hear that, because when you're in full alignment, you'll know if there's someone else coming in for you. You'll know if you need to go in another direction. You'll know what this connection is, and you won't be so stuck on it, needing it to be this thing, needing it to work this way. I understand the separations are completely and entirely painful. And I also understand that we have the power to come into union with our twin flames if we desire. But that is all of that is self-work. And that's where the whole illusion is. So if you're new on this journey, or you've been sort of navigating, like watching readers, watching outcomes, look at that within yourself and say, where am I not going into the pieces of myself that need healing? The mirror, from what I've seen in my practice and my work, is the mirror is very accurate. The twins always have the same stuff. And it's different context from different wounds and scars and traumas, different imbalances, different past life stuff. Sometimes it's the same past life karma, but it's still the same wounds at the core of it. And so, whatever you're judging your twin flame about, that just perpetuates more separation between the twins. So look at that and say, like, okay, write down the judgments, right? Write down where you're judging your twin flame. Like, exactly how, okay, he's, she's never going to change. She is this or that. They're not committal. They're not, whatever it is, their heart's not open. And then take each of those questions and ask them back to yourself. Where am I not committed? Where am I not committed to myself, right? Where is my heart not open? Where am I never going to change, right? Where have I not been allowing myself to change? So you've got to look in that mirror. And the best way to do it is look at where you're frustrated. Look at the triggers. Look at the mirror. Look at the judgments, right? Because that's like the exact, I would tell you that I've worked with hundreds and hundreds of twin flames, and I've never seen it not be a mirror. It's always a mirror. One, because you're a match for one another vibrationally. You wouldn't be holding space or doing a dance like this if you weren't. So you're going to have that mirror there. But especially with twin flames, you're here to heal the wounds. So those wounds will enable you, healing that will enable you to come into alignment with yourself, which will then enable you to ascend, to reach into the higher dimensions, to, develop all of your gifts and give your gifts and perpetuate oneness and walk in a state of unconditional love. And, no one of us is going to achieve unconditional love at this time, but we can reach that state and we can practice it. We can practice it, but we can't practice it until we've loved ourselves. And that's the biggest thing that I see is like the attachment to the label and the avoidance of going to oneself. And when you go all the way to yourself, or you just, a message came through earlier today and they were just like, make a video and say, tell them about this. And the question was, where are you not being truthful with yourself? Where are you lying to yourself? Because many of you, especially right now with all of the cosmic energies and this whole ascensions, what I feel like is like a sweep, we're being swept. You are hearing your higher self, but like some of you are not ready, and you're not ready to go there, and it's scary, or there's the fears blocking you, but you can feel it, like it's pulling you, right? It's pulling you. And then you're having trouble reconciling what the 3D reality is and what that thing is that's pulling you. So just for a moment, try to quiet yourself and ask yourself, is there something that's been pulling at me? Is there some truth that I haven't wanted to admit or see fully? Because I think for most in the collective, you've got this right now. I know definitely for the divine feminine, either you've just experienced this and you're seeing it, or you're needing to ask yourself this question. Because everyone is being pulled right now to their highest path. And so that calling is going to get louder and louder. And as it gets louder and louder, it's going to be harder to shut it out. But some of our egos are stubborn. We want to just hang on. We don't, it's scary to let go. Oh, it's scary to make that move. It's scary to make that decision. It's scary to go in that other direction. And especially for those of you that are needing to move away from a situation that is not in alignment for your ascension at this time. Remember I talked about in my most recent video, and some of you will find this video at any place in time, but I'm posting this video in August of 2018. And we just went through the 3 eclipses. We are at the sort of end of eclipse season, and we're still in these energies. It's been intense. We're going through a massive, massive shift in consciousness. And many of you are, you're wanting to move forward. You are going to be moving forward, but especially for the feminine, there's a calling, and it's like some of you are just afraid to let go. And what the message is it will all fall into place. It will all fall into place. And for some of you, the contrast of this experience, when the clarity comes, or the clarity, they're saying like, it's going to pull some of you into union. Those of you who are ready and have been doing the work. That means like you've been servicing others and servicing yourself in terms of, self-healing and really navigating the journey of ascension rather than the twin flame, being attached to the label. I have a video that I posted a while ago, and I'm sure it'll have like some tidbits of the same information. But I don't rewatch my videos, so I don't really remember what I said in it. But I remember it was labeled something like I called it, are you identifying as a twin flame, or are you navigating the ascension journey? Because I find that it's either or. And when you're really on the journey, you're looking at it like ascension, and your focus is on self. And that healing enables you to step into union with your twin, to let go, surrender, to feel good, feel joyful, not feel like you're stuck in the muck of the pain and all of that. It enables you to get on your mission, to fly high, to soar. And I think many of you are ready to do that. So if you have some final strains or strands of attachment, ask yourself why, and then go to your healing. Do the healing that you're needing to do around that. So the healing that we do, like if you come to soul coaching with me, or if you want to take my intensive course that's coming up on September 10th, sign up for that now, because that covers all of the aspects from within that we go in course by course, segment by segment, and help give you the tools to release all of those blocks, all of the attachments. We're talking past life trauma and karma, ancestral imbalances, inner child wounds, right? Releasing the baggage, the residual negative thought patterns, shifting the beliefs. All of these things are going to help raise you up into a higher consciousness and will bring you closer to your twin flame journey unfolding. I'm not going to say union, because I don't want to say that. That's not what every twin flame is designed for or has contracted for. But it is possible for those of you that are desiring that, and you're knowing that desire through your alignment. So the next piece that we do in the intensive program is the alignment. That's self-love, self-worth, how to set better boundaries, how to love yourself more, how to wear your crown, connect with your divinity, and come into your power. That power is the confidence that helps you get on your own 2 feet and stay in your self-assuredness, and and shed the insecurities that have been holding you back. And even those insecurities come up a lot in the twin flame dynamic. So know that I've worked with so many twin flames on this and done this own work in myself, and it really works, because it clears the blocks and it helps you go more forward. It helps you go towards your mission. It helps you go towards a fulfilling and joyful life, rather than being stuck in this painful journey back and forth. A lot of people say that, like back and forth, stuck to outcome. All of that is just avoidance of going all the way into yourself. And then in the intensive program in the week 3, we address all of the ways that you can become, come onto your mission, become a better manifester, and put all of this newfound healing and alignment into work. Like whatever change you want to create, whatever you want to do on your mission, we give you the tools to help you do that. So, you can check that out on theilluminedguru.com, and the registration will probably close by September 1st, because we're already filling up small programs. So just check that out. And then if you're not wanting to do that in a group setting, or if you don't have time to do an intensive program, come for coaching, right? If it's not me, find someone else who is like an ascension coach or an ascension healer. You want to go to someone that's going to help you through the self-mastery work. Not just, okay, I'm going to pay for a reading. I'm going to pay for another reading. I want to find out if I'm coming into, union with my twin. That's not going to help you. And it's just going to keep the separation going on longer and longer. And it's going to keep you from yourself. It's going to keep you from your happiness, from your unfolding, from your ascension. So this weekend, I'll be making a video with a dear friend of mine, and we're going to do an interview. And really we were talking the other night, and just had amazing synchronicities on what our inner calling was. And when it was like we were completing each other's thoughts and, really amazing things. And you're going to experience that at this time, very heightened synchronicities. But the cool part is I had goosebumps during the conversation because I really did feel like that conversation was just two small people as representative of the collective. So I want you to hear how our perspective on our own situations, on our own like what's calling us and what's pulling us and how we're navigating it. And because I have a feeling that we are just representative of so many of you in the collective, and maybe something that we'll say in that interview will help to guide you and help to help you know that you're not alone, and help you know that maybe there's some piece of that will give you more strength, that will unlock a puzzle piece or will open something up for you. So I'm really excited for that. So look for that. That should be posted on like Sunday or Monday of this week. So like the 19th or the 20th of August. And also this is August 17th right now. And tomorrow is the 18th. And I've been talking about there being like a shift in energy. And I really do feel like energy is going to start shifting, enlightening starting tomorrow, and then for the subsequent weeks to follow as we go into September and more clarity comes, more forward momentum. So hang in there. And I'm hoping I covered all the bases. I just wanted to give a rundown. And mindfulness and awareness is just so important in this journey, because it's just the mindfulness of like, oh, maybe something I said, you were like, oh yeah, I've been doing that, or oh yeah, I did that, and like I that resonates for me, or yeah, and then that prompts you to look at something deeper within yourself and like clear a block or open a gate, right? That you can go higher in your ascension. So hopefully this has been somewhat enlightening or informative, or it resonated with you. And I will talk to you guys soon. Watch out for that interview that we'll be posting in a few days. All right. Take care. Love to you. Mwah. Bye.